know that we had to start this episode over because Mel was trying to think of something funny to say, and then she did the world's worst rendition of Gangnam Style, and I was like, I'm not filming this episode if you don't shut the fuck up and start this over right now. It was horrible. So you guys are so welcome that I saved you from that monstrosity. Anyways, today we're gonna watch an episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who?
Yeah! So the premise of this season, which came out in, I don't know, I feel like it's a more recent one. Let me see real quick. Edit this out. Scooby-Doo and Guess Who came out...
Is it gonna hurt our feelings?
2019.
Oh no. Really?
Yeah.
The art style looks more classic than that. But...
It does, yeah. But, yeah, so the premise of this one is, like, every episode has a random, or not, I guess not necessarily random, but has a guest star. Like a guest celebrity, or I think sometimes a fictional, because I think Batman's in it, so I am... So
Batman's
that's the...
real, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're right. How could I forget? I'm sorry, Luigi. But anyways... So we're gonna start.
Oh, that one nuked me from orbit.
Courtney just like snapped back as if she was struck by lightning.
I think my spinal column actually shattered.
And nothing. Only the dog. Your dog is gonna start barking because that was a pitch so high.
Yeah.
Your laugh just then. But anyways, all right, JR. Let's go in. Let's go into this episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. And we're not checking. By the way, we're not checking who the guest is. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna be surprised and we're just gonna hit. All right, hit it, Paul.
Is it me?
Is it you?
Who knows?
Guess who? Guess who with a mystery? Did your person wear a hat? No.
Guess who's back and better than ever?
You did that last time.
I know, because it's funny every time in my brain. I need you to know that right now, while talking to you, I'm cycling through that entire fucking Vine or whatever the fuck.
You're just
No,
listening
it's too long for Vine, but whatever.
What's it from?
It's specifically to me, it's a video of this girl talking about how she doesn't wear makeup for boys.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna paint my eyelid blue because Josh likes blue. No! My eyeshadow gold because I want to be glitter AF. I don't know. It's... Now check this contour. I don't know. It just lives it's been lived rent free in my brain since like 2013 Tumblr.
Oh my god.
It's been a minute.
That was 12 years ago.
We're old. I'm gonna eat a shack head. Talk to me.
I am pushing 30.
I'm pushing 40.
All right. Eat your shack heads. So we got from our store, we got Shackalicious XL gummies. These are the sour version. And unfortunately, these ones are not shaped like Shaq's head. Only the regular flavor. At least the one that we saw at our store. Let me have one actually. Let's do it live review. This one kind of looks okay. It's like a cactus, but it kind of looks like it could be Shaq if
Shaq were Grimace. It's purple. I need you guys to know that it's purple.
I was okay. I was holding the cactus upside down, and I don't know why, but it looked like Shaq to me. I was like, this is Shaq!
Also, if Shaq had one really long arm and one really short arm.
Okay. Anyways, on this review of Shackalicious Gummies, we watched the first episode. We started... Alright, so we're about, I want to say, like the first third of the episode. And basically, so it starts out with... The guest is Batman. So it starts out with Alfred.
Were you taking notes?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Okay.
It starts with Alfred, Batman's butler. He gets a letter from from someone who says, "Oh, it's from my favorite relative or whatever," and it says, "Oh, we're gonna come over and visit." And then suddenly, a Batman, but not a man bat. That's his name.
A man bat, yeah.
Yeah. Attacks
More
Alfred.
bat than man.
He attacks Alfred and kidnaps him, and so. Scooby-Doo and gang are going to see Daphne's uncle, Alfie. Daphne's uncle is Alfred. Kind of, technically, they do a joke about how weird it is. They're like, oh, so he's like your butler who's not really your uncle, but whatever, you know. Anyways, they're driving down the most bisexual road ever.
I know Daphne's white, but non-white people, like, everybody is auntie and uncle.
Yeah.
You should know that.
Yeah.
Can't believe you don't know that.
Oh, I know that. I had several aunties and uncles.
I'm implying because I'm white.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I like this is like a more modern show, and it can kind of tell from like the backgrounds and stuff. They have this really nice painted look, even though I know it's done digitally, but it looks really good. And this is the bisexual Scooby-Doo. Like, is this not bisexual lighting?
Is bisexual flag bisexual?
Yeah.
I guess that's when you play two saxophones at the same time. I'm sorry.
So they're going down the bisexual road to Wayne Manor, and Batman's also coming back, and he's like, oh no, something's happened. They have a brief shot where, like, both of the Batmobile classic style, by the way, this is like a classic Adam West-ish, not quite that silly, but, you know, that kind of era where Batman's a little more, like, camp than he is the modern edgy version.
Looking camp right in the eye. I'm sorry.
No, because, like...
I'm just going to make weird pop culture references this entire episode. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, Batman, and he's kind of, you know, he's more like it's a little, they play it for comedy. It's not like, oh, Scooby-Doo, this is where my parents died. But, yeah.
Did you know what I was talking about with the camp
No,
thing?
I don't.
¿Dónde está mi teléfono? ¡Ah! Debajo mi culo.
Edit that out. All right. So,
I think I was right, actually. I think that was grammatically correct.
you've been on that Duolingo grind. So, yeah, so Batman and Scooby-Doo don't know each other, though. Like, they know of him, like, they see Batman's car, they go, whoa, it's Batman! But Batman and Scooby the Scooby Gang, they're not familiar with each other. They've heard of each other, they've heard of Batman. Batman doesn't know who these kids are. And they don't know that Batman's Bruce Wayne, so we're in kind of like a very equal terms of character here. Batman doesn't know these meddling kids, but they're like, we're mystery solvers. We should team up.
You.
Yeah, so they go there. Batman mistakes these kids for the people who kidnapped Alfred, which is odd because why would a bunch of kids have done that to Alfred? They don't look like, I don't know, they're not
phrenology's fucking Scooby's claws.
Yeah.
He just calipers out and starts measuring them.
He's
racist.
Like,
dog racist.
Okay, my bad. My bad, you got the good claw type, Scoob. Good claw type. Oh, thanks, Batman. And, so then, they're like, we should team up. Batman's like, I don't trust you guys. I'm edgy. I'm Batman. They're kind of heads. They're kind of at loggerheads, to use an Australian-ism. And Batman throws a smoke bomb down, and then they all kind of scream, and then it fades to black. That's where we left off. I have in my other notes, widest stance. I just have widest stance written here.
Yeah, because why does Scooby got the widest stance?
He's wide.
Why is Scooby's thigh gap so wide?
He's been hit.
He ain't built right. He's built like an animatronic spider.
He's Five Nights at Freddy's over here.
He is, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This motherfucker actually a child in a dog costume.
Oh, I don't like that thought.
You're welcome.
Anyways. So it seems like the villain of this one is going to be Man-Bat, who is a Batman villain. I forget the deal, but Man-Bat, I believe, exists because someone was like, hey, there's Batman. What if you had a Man-Bat? I guess he's been in a few but that's a real DC character in the comics. Look it up. What are your thoughts so far? Do you like Batman?
I mean, Batman's one of my favorite superheroes, although the older I get, the less true that is.
He's rich. What's not to like? He's like, you know...
He got to fuck Maggie Gyllenhaal and I didn't.
But yeah, this is I'm a big fan of... I'm actually a pretty decent Batman fan. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite superhero. I'm not really big on superheroes, except for the ones I am. I'm like a fan of like 3 superheroes. But, Batman, I have always consistently watched Batman stuff. And I tend to like the more... I grew up in the area right kind of between when it was being like superhero, but like also that time where it was starting to be like more cool. Like superheroes weren't campy anymore. They had to be like very serious, like at least semi-serious and like epic and, you know, heroic and stuff like that. Like the kind of tone they have now generally. And that was kind of how it was when I was for the Batman I'm familiar with. So I'm a little more, but this is drawing from a less... like, kind of an earlier era of Batman, when Batman wasn't expected to be, like, the serious guy, or, well, he's serious, but, like...
I just keep thinking about this gag.
Yeah?
Where you watched it with me.
Oh, yeah, you mean the Fred one. The Fred one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, while they're snooping... Oh, yeah, that's right! So, they get to Wayne Manor, everything's fucked up, and, So they look around and they're like, we gotta investigate this mystery now. We gotta see what's going on here. They split up as they usually do. Scoob and Shag, I don't even know how to describe what happens. Shenanigans just occur around them. Like, all that really happens is Shaggy throws a billiard ball at Scooby. Scooby catches it in his mouth and then he gets stuck. And from there, everything just dominoes in the most absurd possible combination. Like he bumps into some statues, which bumps into a gun, which bumps into an arrows, and suddenly there's shenanigans where there was none before. Shenanigan synthesis has occurred, and now we are just in Shenanigansville. And now Scooby-Doo is a very shenanigans heavy series. I would say it's at least a very core part of the identity is that shenanigans be involved, and shenanigans are at least like a third of the core appeal. The main three being like the cast, the familiarity formula, and the shenanigans. Well, I guess the shenanigans are part of the formula. Shenanigans are a very vital component.
Breathe at any point?
I'm sorry. I just need to impress upon you how the shenanigans.
You haven't stopped talking for like a whole minute.
The shenanigans are a very important ingredient to Scooby-Doo, right?
I'm waiting to crack a joke. It's not even funny anymore.
Joke!
No, I was waiting to crack a joke.
Okay. What's the joke?
It doesn't even matter anymore. I was gonna say, because you were talking about them bumping into things and everything going wrong, and I was gonna say it's like my day at work every fucking Saturday. One thing goes wrong, and then every other goddamn thing goes wrong.
Yeah,
But then we talked for another 15 minutes. I was like, fuck, it's not even funny anymore.
It is funny.
It wasn't funny to begin with, but it's less funny now.
It's text 1-800 Munchie Machine right now if you thought it was funny. Anyways, fuck, what was I saying? Shenanigans. So shenanigans just happen at an incredibly improbable, almost immersion breaking, I'd say, rate that happens to Scoob and Shag. And so, like, you know, they weren't even doing, like, he just tossed the ball. Suddenly, everything's flying around. Oh, it was a catastrophe. They must be cursed. But the shenanigans in this one, that scenario specifically broke my suspension of disbelief. Like, I was like, no, bullshit. Shaggy throwing a little billiard ball doesn't do... That's too far! I don't know why that's my threshold for suspension of disbelief in Scooby-Doo. But that was like the writers being incredibly like, they're like, all right, so for this bit, Scooby and Shag are gonna get into some shenanigans. What's gonna happen? Shaggy throws a ball and Scooby catches it and he gets stuck and he runs around, knocks stuff over. Yeah, sure, whatever. Animators do that shit. And that's how it went. That's how it feels. That was a low tier shenanigans moment, and that's why it stood out to me. As far as Scooby-Doo shenanigans, generally they're at least, you know, a C tier of content, because the shenanigans are kind of fillery. Like they like you're not getting anything going, but they're part of what you're here for. But it's not really the whole thing. It's like, you know, when you got
I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm trying to run Elden Ring on my laptop.
I'm sorry.
You are going about 3,000 or 4,000 miles an hour, and my brain is just like,
I'm breaking down the important components of a Scooby. Okay.
I'm not at a coherent thought. My eyes have glazed over. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. I can't keep up.
Sorry. I just need to...
Oh my god!
Sorry, I get, like, verbally diuretic when I get high.
You do.
I get...
Fuck me!
I just need to say that was a silly shenanigans moment.
Okay, how long is this episode already?
Let's see. We're at 16, little over 16 minutes.
So this is gonna be an hour-long fucking
It
podcast.
might be for like a 30-minute episode.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so far, that's my thoughts on it. I think so. Now they're going to team up with Batman, presumably, and get back to them. There's a lot we haven't discussed about this premise, but I'll just leave it for later. All right, so let's continue.
Jesus, she's going to talk some more.
No, I have to get... We got to cover the whole thing. We can't just do a recap with jokes, Courtney. That's some C-tier TikTok content.
I am a C-tier TikToker.
I hold us to a higher standard here at the Munchie Machine. We need analysis. We need thematic assessment.
How the fuck did you take two? Are they even hybrids, or did you take fucking indicas?
I don't know. Maybe.
Bag. How did you take 2 indicas?
Yeah?
And end up like this?
I don't know!
You should be unconscious right now.
I feel really good. Anyways. Look.
I don't know if I can keep up today. I don't know if I can do this. This is the Mel show. I'm
sorry. I'm sorry I'm running you ragged on your time off, which is... but I'll edit this all out. I'm gonna cut this down with a hacksaw.
Can you guess who? Does your person have a beard? Uh-huh.
You're out of here.
Can you guess who? Do you have a
Bean only wants to jump on my computer when we're about to record.
Literally, as soon as I'm like, hey, we should pause it, immediately she gets on the laptop.
She just... Every time.
Fucking asshole.
This asshole cat. Alright, so, let's see.
Take notes again?
Yes, I took
good,
notes.
because I already forgot everything.
Last time they got... Batman smoke bombed him. He turns out he left them outside in their van. He didn't hurt them, but he's like, get out of my way, kids. And, but they also find that there's lipstick that's a rare lipstick that Daphne knows. It's like super rare and expensive, because Daphne's fucking loaded.
She's got expensive taste.
She's Ojo Maxing right now. She is so fucking... She is so rich and like hot. She's what's it called? Clueless girl.
Cher Horowitz.
Yeah. Like that's kind of her deal in this one. Or like the most pronounced aspect. Daphne got that moolah, which is interesting. Daphne and Shaggy both got that moolah, and it's interesting how they're like they actually both come from money, but they're not really that like close as, or at least like they don't have like as much of a dynamic really. Like
well, that's because listen.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be so mean right now.
Okay.
Daphne is rich in the like old money way, it feels like.
Uh-huh.
And Shaggy's a little more Beverly Hillbillies. That man is white trash. That man is white trash. He grew up in a trailer till daddy, I don't know, won the lottery.
Oh, she makes a joke about Haunt Couture.
Haunt Couture, and nobody gets it.
And nobody gets it.
God forbid a woman be funny.
It's so...
Fucking haters.
Why aren't women funny, Daphne? I'm sorry, Daphne. I just don't think women are funny.
Anyway, so they find the display in this old abandoned department store.
Yeah, they break in, which
lipsticks.
is like our second, I think, in time I can recognize they break in to a place.
And Daphne goes full me and swipes the entire display of lipsticks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
so
you
funny.
what. When you find your color,
it was like
everything
not even.
I've ever loved has been discontinued. Everything I've ever loved has been discontinued. I'll buy 8 of them. Yeah. Don't fuck with me.
It was like a surprisingly funny. Like Daphne usually doesn't get to be that kind of goofy with like the jokes like that, but like, it was a good moment. It felt like usually Shaggy would be like, you know, the one doing that gag where it's like he finds like an old snack bar or something. And he's like, oh, this is the kind of snack bar. And then he, like, takes a whole bunch of them because he's, you know, it's implied he has the gluttony sin. He is the gluttony sin of the 7 deadly Scoobs.
Wish I could be gluttonous and still look weigh about 97 pounds.
And, but Daphne got the little sillier moment, and I like that. It seems like a different joke for her. Because sometimes they each only have, like, a few kind of jokes they do for them. Yeah. And Shag and Scoob get the most jokes because they are allowed to be the comic relief. But it's nice to see that the other characters can be, you know, they do have their own comedic quirks. All right. So anyways, after that...
Anyways, they split up to go look for clues.
I just have nerd written, which means... Oh, yes, she was like, that's the sound of a Intel Core processor.
She knew the fan model on a laptop by sound.
Oh, that's a Linux. That's an Asus. Oh, look at that. It probably has NVIDIA G4 gaming graphics.
How do you pronounce that?
What?
How do you pronounce that?
What?
That sounds like Jesus.
Asus?
That's not how you said it.
Oh, I don't know what I said.
You said Asus.
Asus. I guess
I'm like, that can't be right.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
But I've been wrong before.
So anyways, she figures something out, and then she calls Batman, and they're like,
Because
you
she
can just...
hacked Batman's utility belt.
And they're like, whoa, Daphne, Velma, sorry, I respect women. Anyways, you can hack Batman? That's so cool, Velma. I love women. Yeah, that's right, respect. Lesbians get it done. And, so Batman is like, well, I'm going to go find the guy because it's Man-Bat. You see, I figured out it's Man-Bat. So, like I said before, Man-Bat is a pre-existing Batman villain. And so he's going over to investigate it, but he goes there, and Man-Bat's he's still there.
He's still in Arkham.
He's still in Arkham, and he's like, rah! And he tries to get him, and he's like, what's going on? And then he figures out something, and he goes, oh, wait! I just figured out the thing. And then he says, get out of there! You're in danger! And
then what happens?
And then
my
Man-Bat...
glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
Yeah, we're getting so many good callbacks. So many classic Scooby bits in this one.
We already missed one.
Yeah.
Because the name of this episode
is What a Night for a Dark... Or What a Dark...
Night for a Dark Night.
What a Night for a Dark Night.
Yes.
Yeah, that one! Yeah! And that's a reference to the very first Scoob. So I think that is a really...
episode on. And if you haven't listened to it yet, how did you get here?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. If this is your first episode, I'm sorry. But
if it's not your first episode, I'm sorry.
And so then they're doing that. And also, side note, not only was that road from the beginning the entirety of Gotham is bisexual.
The lighting, they have really good bi lighting.
But we got bi lighting in this cartoon. It's bisexual up in here. Batman is about to make out with a man and woman at the same time. And it's
Teddy?
like, that's how... in Grey's Anatomy, they made one of Courtney's favorite characters bisexual.
I mean, they did that ages ago.
I mean, they did it, but she's getting to do
now
some women kissing.
Now I'm getting to enjoy it, yes.
Yeah, and Courtney loves a bisexual. Bisexuals.
Yes.
Edit this out. Anyways. And also the mall they're in is Miller and Frank. If I'm not mistaken, the mall, it's called, that's just what the sign says. That's a reference to racist asshole Frank Miller, who did write for Batman, is the reason. Because he's a very famous comic book writer, but he is also extremely racist. He once did a super racist comic about Muslims, where it's like, oh, the terrorists coming to get us, and it was supposed to be a Batman comic, but they said, no, you cannot have Batman doing this. So, that's a little neat Easter egg there. So Man-Bat gets Velma, and Fred's like, ooh, that does it. Now we're gonna have to get him, we're gonna make a trap. But Scooby, you need to be the bait. And so we get our next classic bit.
I was talking to somebody, what's happening?
God damn it. So we get our next classic bit.
The running.
Yes, but also after that, when we get to when you're gonna have to be the bait, Scooby.
Oh, yeah, and because he's always the bait, and then he doesn't want to do it, but you can trick him with Scooby snacks. Because this motherfucker would do anything for a fucking Scooby. Is it crack cocaine in those? What is in those?
What
because,
we need to figure out the Krabby Patty's secret formula for this shit.
Literally, my cats fucking love catnip. But I'm gonna tell you what, if I was like, here's some catnip, let a stranger touch you, Bug would slice me open and hide under the bed.
Yeah, no.
The catnip's not that good.
Yeah, but
what isn't a Scooby? I want a Scooby snack.
Yeah,
does it work on people?
I think we established in an earlier
I want to do that and then make a grown-up phone call, because I would do anything, right?
Is it the fucking Nectar of the Gods?
Yeah.
It must be pretty good. You know what? Because I think I remember in an episode, he eats a Scooby snack and it lets him turn his tail into a propeller or something, and he just goes, and I think we had a little conversation about Scoob power, or how you could power the world with Scoob power if you had enough Scooby snacks. And yeah. So they do that bit, and Scooby's like, okay, I'll put on the wig, and he goes out and he does the thing.
I don't know why he has to dress like a woman.
He's committed queen.
He's a little fruity.
He's a committed drag queen.
He's
honestly,
kind of like that one guy, that one Republican dude, who's always like, ho, I'm a trans woman, but every time he puts a dress on, he looks way happier with his life. And we're finally like, bestie.
I'm going to be a trans woman to own the libs.
Like he's doing it. Yeah, he's doing it like, he dresses up in like women's clothes to own the libs. But I've seen pictures of him not in women's clothes, and he doesn't look as happy as he does when he's in women's clothes.
This is the ultimate
And
grift.
I don't think he knows, but the rest of us, it's
No,
like, we
I
all know
think-
he's trans. It's like that girl on TikTok that everybody thought was a lesbian, and she had to break up with her boyfriend of like 5 years because she realized, oh shit, I am a lesbian. And everybody knew before she did, that's this guy, that's Scooby-Doo.
No,
Scooby-Doo
ultimately.
is a trans bitch, Melody.
I do agree. I think that at the very least, he and Shag are dedicated drag queens. Like, I think they're official. I think they do this enough, and they've gotten a passion for it, that they've just become queens. Like, they didn't choose this. The life just kind of happened to them, but by God, they've got a talent for it, and they're going to take it all the way. And they're going to go across
want to see
the desert in
Shaggy
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah. I think they would legitimately slay.
I want to see Shaggy and Trixie going like with Katya and shit.
That would be
I
so
wanna
fun.
see
I was
it.
thinking of Scooby with, like, the really long nails.
Yes! Well, you gotta draw me that.
Scooby, that one emoji.
You, like, specifically,
The-
the one, I was thinking specifically of, that, yes, this one smiley face emoji, but also Peter Griffin as Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct in the little white dress.
Oh my God. All right, I'll have to do that.
Oh, shit. Oh, he's gonna serve so much cut.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That was a ride.
Obsessed.
But also, first of all, my first response was about that Republican whatever weirdo. I think she has found the greatest grift of all time, where she can pretend to be both, but be publicly trans and also be a conservative. They've found the code. And I kind of... No, I don't respect it, actually. I don't respect it at all. But I think that's a funny thing for me to believe, is that they're doing the world's greatest conservative trans grift. So they can, like, how can I... I'm saying that the trans... I convinced myself they were a trans woman now.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could Google. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Josh Sater. There
Josh
he is.
Sater. Okay. Yeah.
Like, look how happy he is.
He does look happy. There's something, like, tragic about this. But also, I don't know. It's like if I wanted to prove that being gay was bad, and then I had a bunch of awesome gay sex, and I, like, enjoyed doing that, and I became super wealthy and happy about it. Like, haha, look, I'm owning you. Anyways, fuck, where were we? Okay, so they set up the trap for Man-Bat, and, basically they run through, do shenanigans, there's a hose involved, everyone's, like, kind of running around, but eventually Daphne gets, like, stuck in a thing, and Man-Bat's about to get her. And then, suddenly, at the last second, boosh! Batman comes through the ceiling! And he's come here to save the day. And that's where we left off, and now we're gonna go into it and finish this episode. This one, theoretically, this should be a short episode, because we're not doing a whole movie. We couldn't get any of the movies, actually. I was looking, but they all had, like, they're all paid for now on Amazon.
So until you guys start watching this enough for us to get monetized, and I can afford to spend $4 on an Amazon rental.
Yeah. And also, I know that oh yeah, that's right. I did say at the end of the last one that we were like, hey guys, you can vote for the next episode, but I took too long to put that one up, so you can't vote. Don't go to this website and don't vote because you can't. Just like in real life very soon. Anyways, we're gonna finish this show. We're gonna finish the story like Cody Rhodes. And that's our next bit. We'll see you on the other side.
Can you guess who? Do you have a clue? Does your person wear glasses? Yes, I'm gone. Me too. Can you guess who?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Courtney, you're laughing a lot. Are you like the Joker? So we finished the episode. It seems kind of like something I should have seen coming. Really. To spoil real quickly, Man-Bat, the fake Man-Bat was the Joker. And he's
He was wearing two masks, though.
Yeah.
He had the man bat, and then he had a really lifelike Alfred mask on.
Yeah.
Which I want to know how you get that made.
He's the Joker, baby.
Yeah, but it's really good.
And
I guess the fucking counterfeiters can also make people.
Yeah. He's so let's see. So Man-Bat is attacking, and Batman comes in, he fights them, and he fights Man-Bat while Shaggy and Scooby are shenaniganing, and then Batman manages to save Scooby and Shag from a falling chandelier, and it traps Man-Bat, and they're like, let's see who's really in that
behind this.
And then they pull off the mask, and then, like you said, it was Alfred, but no, it was actually the Joker! Whoa! Which does seem very obvious in hindsight. I like the clue of the lipstick. The lipstick was a nice clue.
That motherfucker loves wearing lipstick.
So that's what the lipstick was. It was Joker's lipstick, and I actually really, because that's like really obvious in hindsight. Like, it'll tell you right away, like, oh, that's, if you think about it, like, oh, what Batman villain wears lipstick? But I didn't think about that, because even though but yeah, I like that one. And, so they go, oh, got him, and the Joker gets arrested. He wanted to steal Bruce Wayne's money. He just wanted to hack him, basically, and he's kidnapped Alfred so he could get the money for, Bruce Wayne's bank accounts and everything.
And his way of getting the passwords out of him was...
He hooks up a tennis ball pitching machine and just shoots it at his face repeatedly.
Just right into the fucking...
He just hits him in the face with
whatever chakra that is.
Like, what kind of torture is that? That's a
third eye.
He's like, ow, my face. Honestly, if you did that in real life, it'd be kind of brutal, I think.
First off,
you could probably, like, if you said it high enough,
you could probably have brain damage.
Yeah, that could probably fuck you up. That's in Danganronpa.
Injury right there.
That's how they kill someone in Danganronpa.
I don't know why that checks, but it does.
Yeah. But anyways, so they beat him, and then Alfred makes them all feast as a thank you, and they're like, oh, wow, good work. I'm so glad we're safe. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I wish my master Wayne could be here. And then suddenly you see the shadow of Man-Bat appear, and we get one last little Scooby-Doo cliche, which is Scooby briefly pretending to be the monster. And it's like, oh, Scooby.
But here's the thing I don't understand.
Yeah?
He has the ears, like bat ears, for that he's using his hands to make, but also somehow his cape extends out as wings.
That is...
How many arms does Scooby have?
That is what I like to call...
not legs, arms.
An animator shadow, where it's a thing they do sometimes that you only really notice in animation because it's not really like a thing you could do in real life. It's when a shadow clearly is not the shape of the thing that is making the shadow, but it looks like that in the drawing. So like when you see the shadow, it looks like a dragon, but then like the reverse shot is just like a little lizard, but it blatantly would not have made that shadow.
I don't like it. My suspension of disbelief.
Exactly. See? This is the least suspension of disbelief episode so far. But no, so they do that, and that's how it closes out. And so what did you think of this episode overall?
I like Batman.
Yeah. There was that Kevin Conroy Batman, Mark Hamill Joker. The iconic, the greatest, most people consider Joker Batman duo. And I love that they were like, just got to be I think this might have been one of the last times Kevin Conroy was doing, because he did die like not too long, like 2020-ish or something, which is really sad. Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think this one's interesting because this one does feel like a greatest hits of Scooby-Doo bit.
Oh, they hit the notes,
all the cliches. I don't think,
but like in the best possible way. Like
if you were gonna, it's kind of like if you wanted to do a remake of the original Scooby-Doo episode. I think it is a little bit like that if you think about it.
No,
it's very much
they're not reinventing the wheel here.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
They have done, this one is trying to be a classic Scoob. Like this is one that's trying to be most, and not even like self-aware class, like like how they do that joke in some of them where they go like, oh, you meddling young adults, because like they want to mix up the it's been played out so much that they want to do a twist on it, but now they just do it straight.
They leaned into it.
They have Joker just straight up say meddling kids, and so we got like all the ones. We got like would do it for a Scooby snack, my glasses, all
the
those
chase sequence.
The chase sequence, yeah. They did the hallways, the hallways gag. It was in like a library, I think.
Yeah.
But it was the same hallways gag. So and yeah, it was interesting. I did look up a little bit about this. All right, so this one is it's supposed to be a contemporary version of Scooby-Doo that's completely back to basics, and you know, it's just the it's not too much with the camera. So they're trying to do a classic Scoob, which I think is fun.
Prefer.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on.
And also,
this newfangled shit.
The guy who did it was developing Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank. Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank.
I remember that movie.
Yeah. Do you? I don't.
I didn't see it.
I don't want to remember it. No. Nobody wants to remember Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank.
I mean, there's a lot of things I don't remember that I do remember, and there's lots of things I want to remember that I don't. So,
yeah.
Why would my brain fucking work, bestie?
This has been a wild ride of an episode. Are we like higher than usual?
Well, you took 2. I took 1.5, and we had buzz balls.
That's true.
We're crossfaded, actually.
This might
be the first crossfaded.
Whoa.
Why did I want to say ESPN? This is so much not ESPN. Please don't sue us, Disney.
No. But yeah, I like this one. I think this is a great formula for a Scoob series. I think I might come back to this one again because it has a lot of potential for the next, like, several episodes. I think it could be either a celebrity or just a famous character like Batman. So I think that'd be fun. And I do believe that Scooby and Batman have crossed over before. And I'm kind of interested to see that dynamic. I know there's definitely a few where they do. And it's a fun little crossover. I think it works. And yeah, it did feel very classic. Felt like a throwback to just a lot of stuff. But they did it well. I really like the painted backgrounds in them. Bisexual Gotham. I wonder if that lighting scheme is going to keep up throughout the rest of the series, or if that's just a one-off for this one. But yeah, this is the bisexual Scooby-Doo, I guess. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No, I barely had any thoughts to get us here.
All right, so back to shenanigans.
Oh my fucking.
So shenanigans is one of the very important elements of Do. I'm going to call them that. I'm coining that term, elements of Do. There's shenanigans, mystery, the tenets of Do, if you will. Shenanigans, mystery, gimmick, and formula. Well, the formula is part of shenanigans, but like, mystery. These are the story. No, wait, yes, I'm mixing up my story mechanics and my themes and stuff. So there's shenanigans, there's fucking mystery, there's shenanigans, mystery, the things that happen in Scooby-Doo, shenanigans, mystery, exposition, and chases. Chases are another one. Chases are critical. Chases and shenanigans close, but they are mildly different. Shenanigans happen anytime. Chases are specific. Yeah.
To the Justice League, it's Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2.
Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2?
I don't even think it's streaming.
Oh!
It says video, but listen, if it's not like a lot.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. That sounds great. I love Crypto. Like, no, wait, hold on. Don't take that out of context.
Crypto with a K. Crypto with a K. Oh, one of these days, I'm gonna get mad at you and I'm gonna cancel you by fucking posting that shit.
No, don't Coolsville sucks me. Don't go, I think Coolsville sucks. Which is ironically another Scooby-Doo bit. But yeah, no, that one does sound really fun. I saw the new Superman trailer. At the time of recording, it hasn't come out yet or anything. We've only seen like a few trailers and think. But one of the things we do see is Crypto the Superdog, and it's adorable. And I think it's a great idea because like I like the silly stuff in Superman. I don't really find Superman too interesting as a superhero, but if I'm going to do Superman, I want to see the silly stuff. I want to see like the stuff that's kind of, you know, goofy and campy about it, rather than like, whoa, this Kryptonian, can Superman punch hard enough to stop evil apocalypse? Oh, we gotta tune in next time. Oh, Superman, can he stop? He's like the best one.
It's on Prime for $4.
Oh, okay. We could do it, I guess.
I might have to.
You know, if you subscribe to our Patreon and give us $4 billion a month, we will watch Scooby-Doo.
I'll take 15.
I'll take 15. If we get money of any kind for this, you can even just send us $1 on PayPal. Then we'll review the Scooby-Doo thing of your choice. You know, we're
Dead ass,
whores
actually.
now. We're whores now. Yeah.
Listen, once again, girl, the tariffs. I want to buy food.
Yeah, all right.
And
So, you know what?
occasionally clothing.
That's the new rule. Give us money. And alternatively...
I don't think it's a rule. It is, a plead.
Please.
Where I'm not begging necessarily, like I'm not on my knees, but I might get there if you ask real nice.
Would you do it for money?
Like, I would not do it for a Scooby stack. I would do it for $3.
Money is just the Scooby snacks of humans.
Scooby snacks of fucking capitalism.
Yeah. Oh, would you like to sell me your body and labor for the best years of your life? No. Would you do it for money?
Well,
Okay.
it's not even for money. I'm doing it. It's so that I can.
So I can live.
So I can, yeah.
So I can continue
Listen, I'm a fat
consuming
bitch.
weed
I'm a fat,
and
lazy bitch.
Scooby-Doo.
I wanna eat. I wanna lay on the couch.
Exactly. That's what I live for. Everything else, I'm just existing. Which is, as we know,
And concerts.
the thesis of Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo represents a lust for life. And Scooby-Doo and Shaggy...
Why is it saying I got 37 steps when I ain't moved from this couch?
Does laughing count as steps?
Maybe.
We would have way more. We would have way more steps than that then. But yeah, Scooby-Doo is ultimately about joy. Like, Scooby and Shag, what are they if not beacons of brightness in the darkness that is the mystery of life? And that is what's important. And so, it is fitting that Scooby and Shag, symbols of gluttony, but perhaps not gluttony as a full sin, but definitely, maybe as an amoral gluttony. Their gluttony can be sometimes the lust of life and enjoyment and revelry and just living life to its fullest by indulging in the pleasures of that that they seek. They seek everything for their pleasure and comfort, and not necessarily out of duty, which is not necessarily noble, but it is relatable. It gives feed to that id, to that part of us that does want to consume endlessly and just enjoy everything, and that and just focus on that, while the more responsible Fred brain is the ego, or whatever, the left brain, and those two combine. What the fuck am I talking about, Courtney?
Bitch, once again, I am lagging so hard. Oh, my feet are feeling horrific right now.
Anyway, Scooby-Doo and Shag are classic symbols of avarice and gluttony, but also it is somewhat fitting that they're presented neutrally. Their gluttony is neither good nor bad, simply who they are. And that is why it is fitting for us to be extremely gluttonous. I ate all those Shakalicious, and we ate like 3 guys of chips and an entire pizza. So what we're saying is...
I had half a bag of chips.
I might be a little... But you know what? We are doing it in the spirit of Scoob.
You murdered your pizza. I ate mine over the span of like 3 hours.
We are disciples of the Doo. We deserve... That's what we follow. This is our tenets of my new religion, Dooism. And it's gonna be... It's about following the gluttony and taking it neutrally. There is no good, no bad, just consume. Alright, I'm losing my fucking mind. What are we gonna do next, Courtney?
What
is our next do you'd like to do?
I want to do the crypto one, maybe.
The crypto one? Alright.
I want Scooby to have a friend, and I don't want that friend to be Scrappy.
Yeah. I did mouse over Scrappy-Doo and you said no.
Listen, that's a multiple edible.
That's a paid one. That's a special deluxe DLC
if
episode.
I am one thing, it's a fucking hater. So,
who do you think's the biggest hater in the crew? I'm torn between
Daphne.
I was gonna say Velma. Like,
that was my second.
Velma has more hater energy, I think. Daphne's a good one, but I think Velma's hater is deeper because she's smarter.
Honestly, yeah.
And she's more capable of hate. I think Daphne and Scoob are very more like petty, but Velma knows hate.
And Velma will and is smart enough to fuck up your life.
Yeah.
About it.
Fred does not know hate.
No,
whether through ignorance
that man
or
has
nothing
4 brain
upstairs.
cells,
Yeah, he does not know hate.
When they touch, his whole body shakes, okay?
He does not know hate. There's not a harmful bone in his body. There is in Velma. Velma has the hate. Of all of the crew, she has the darkness.
Crystal used to have this fucking... They were like brass knuckles. It was like a cat head with pointy ears and
yeah.
the eyes. She has that in Orange.
She has that. Yeah. Absolutely.
And she's used it just on guys who are annoying.
She feels like she has like 300 screenshots ready to debate you at all time.
Oh. No. She's 100% the bitch that, like, if you slid into her DM, she's gonna screenshot it and send it to your mom.
She absolutely...
Your son is talking to me like this. What are you gonna do about it?
She's got, like, that, I guess, like, I don't know what to call it, but she's got that aura. Yeah, she even had that moment where she hacks. She just slides in casually. Oh, yeah, I hacked Batman. I hacked Batman's phone. Oh, whoops, I just, I got it. Oh, there. Yeah, I can hack you, Batman. Better watch your step.
And she did it in the 40 seconds while he was fucking with Shaggy and Scooby.
Exactly. Don't fuck with Velma.
I would not fuck with Velma.
Exactly. She and Scooby have a rap group called D&D, Dinkley and Do.
That sounds like Hall & Oates.
They're a duo. Anyways, but yeah. All right, next time on Scooby-Doo and the Crypto Bro, we're going to watch Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. We'll see you then. Remember.
What are we remembering? I forgot to remember.
Remember me. Bye.
Special thanks to Harmless for doing this awesome intro, outro song for us. It's awesome. We love it.